I've been thinking about the discipline thing because all the things that I need to do in my life I'm doing. And yet I don't feel like it's requiring discipline. I feel like discipline is what you need when you're trying to fit yourself into a hole, fit this, round peg into the square hole, so to speak. And you see online that there's all these rich people and they're like, here's my morning routine. And so you're like, right, I need to get up at 5 a.m, I need to go to the gym, I need to do all these external activities because I want what they have. I want to be rich, I want to be ripped, I want to be high status, I want to have a beautiful girlfriend, I want to be whatever. And so if I just copy the behaviours that they're doing, then I'm going to get what they have, right? But that's not how it works, because what you really need to find, in my experience, because this is what I've found in myself recently, is that essence within you which knows what you need to do. And once you've found the essence, you don't need discipline anymore. Like, obviously, to an extent you still do, or to an extent I'm experiencing that I still do. Maybe I need like 10 or 20% of discipline in comparison to before to do this stuff. Because some days you can't be arsed, right? But the point is that once you're in alignment and you find that essence and all the things that you're doing are in complete, coming from this like central pillar, this coming from the heart, you can't imagine what else you would be doing with your time, and therefore that's how you spend your time. I don't need to, make myself sit down and do guitar as if it's a chore, because I literally don't know what else I would do with my evenings. I don't need to make myself read difficult books because I'm drawn to reading about these esoteric things because it interests me, because it's the thing that gives me the most excitement. I don't need to force myself to do these YouTube videos because I know that if I stop doing them, I'll get fucking depressed because this is what I'm supposed to be doing. That's the point, is that once you find that essence in yourself, the activities that used to take discipline become easy, become effortless. It's this thing, it's in the Tao Te Ching, the Tao never acts and yet nothing is left undone. When you find that kind of path, the way, the Tao within yourself, in your actions, everything becomes a lot easier. Like, our entire culture is one of being basically saying, you're a bitch, you're lazy, you're weak, you're all these things. And in order to, change that, you need to change your external behaviours. You need to change, you need to get up earlier, you need to fucking work harder, you need to do all this external stuff, you need to read more books. But what I've discovered in the last few months, because 3 months ago I was peak laziness. I was travelling around India, I was literally doing nothing. What I've discovered is that by just doing nothing, literally, allowing yourself to do absolutely fucking nothing, sinking into whatever you're experiencing, sinking into whatever's true for you, over a long enough period, eventually, you get to the point where you can hear and you find out what you're supposed to be doing. And once you find what you're supposed to be doing, instead of thinking that this is what you're supposed to be doing because that's what the world and that's what society tells you to do, once you really know that this is your thing, then you don't fucking need discipline. Or not as much anyways. Like a significantly less portion. And yeah, this has been an interesting revelation for me recently because yeah, I used to be I've been a fucking lazy cunt my entire life. Periods of discipline where you're like, I'm doing it fucking 5 a.m. and you do it for a month and then you fall off the wagon for 2 months and just this shit, this constant like, And it's because I was trying to force myself into a pattern. I was trying to force myself, using the ego, to try and force myself to change, to become a person that my ego wanted. But the truth is that that's not the best way to live your life, because how do you know? Well, you don't know what's the best for you because you're living in the ego. The ego doesn't know what's best for you. The ego just knows what it wants as it was trained by society. It's just living off these images, these dreams that have been given to you by society. What you really want, what's really your path, what's true for you, comes from the heart. It comes from a place that's no ego. And once you find it, you don't need discipline. That's the point of this. And the way to find it is you need to use the tools. You need to do ayahuasca. You don't need to do ayahuasca, but that's what helped me a lot. Ayahuasca, meditate. I believe that you need to meditate, not because you need to sit and do your fucking headspace 20 minutes a day, but because if you're not aware of what's going on in your mind, then you are going to be controlled by your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and the external world for your entire life. So you need to learn how to be self-aware, and in order to do that, you need to meditate. You need to meditate, and then it comes to the point where you know, meditation doesn't become an, it's not an action. Like an hour of meditation, it's a state, meditative state, a state of self-awareness that you live in constantly. Or, or more. Definitely not constantly, fucking hell. But yeah, those are some thoughts on discipline. Hope you're well. Thank you.